One of the things I wish I understood better at the beginning of my weight loss journey was how big of a role my mindset was going to play in the whole entire process of me starting to lose weight and then eventually reaching my goal weight and maintaining it. And in this video, I want to break down the three most important mindset shifts you have to make if you're going to go on a health or weight loss journey and change some of the habits that you do every single day. My name is Amanda, and I help women over 35 reach their weight loss goals by boosting their metabolism and balancing their hormones so that weight loss doesn't have to feel so damn difficult. Okay, so if you are brand new to my little corner of the internet, I went on a weight loss journey in January of 2022. And in January of that year, I was sitting at the heaviest that I'd been in my adult life, and I was getting married that year. I was getting married in July. And so I made the decision in January 2022, like, I want to feel my best for my wedding. I want to feel good in my skin and, like the way I look in my wedding pictures. And that was my main motivation for wanting to make this change. And so I went all in that January and really changed so many things about my habits, my routines, and what I did so that I could, again, feel my best for my wedding day. And I didn't understand at the time how much my mindset played such an important role in my success. So in this video, again, I'm going to break down three of the most important things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to your mindset if you have a health goal or weight loss goal that you are trying to achieve. The first one is that you have to get really, really, really good at keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Because really, all the weight loss goal is doing the boring, simple things over and over and over and over again. So if you tell yourself that you are going to make healthy dinners Monday to Friday all week long, and then you order takeout on a Thursday because you've had a long day, that's not really keeping promise to yourself. If you say that you are going to go to the gym a certain number of days a week, but then again, you just like had a long day or you feel tired and so you don't do it, or you sleep in and you skip your workouts, again, that's not keeping the promises that you're making to yourself. And actually, there's a part of your brain and it's called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. And when you do hard things and when you push yourself to do things that you don't want to do, you push yourself outside your comfort zone and you keep showing up and you keep doing the things, even though they feel hard, even though they feel difficult, even though you don't want to do it, you actually grow that area of your brain. And it's kind of like a muscle. And so when it grows and it expands, then things get easier down the road. But if you're constantly telling yourself that you're going to do something or that you're going to make a change and then you don't actually make the change, you're rewiring your brain and you're showing yourself that, oh, it doesn't matter. I say that I'm going to do that, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. And you don't keep the promises that you make to yourself. And then that erodes your self-confidence over time. And the reason this really stuck for me at the beginning of my weight loss journey was I kind of had a timeline. And so I knew if I gave up and I didn't keep the promises that I made to myself, and I wasn't getting my steps in, and I wasn't making healthy meals, and I was ordering pizza and bringing home bottles of wine for the weekend, I knew that if I kept doing that, then I wasn't going to reach my goal by July and I wasn't going to feel my best for my wedding. And so I had to, make the plan, keep the promise to myself, and then, like I said, do the boring things over and over and over and over again. Because here's the thing, nobody has a secret to this. Not myself, not anybody else out there who is talking about weight loss or talking about health. We don't have secrets, okay? What we all do in different ways, and depending on what way resonates with you, is we help you be consistent at the little things that you need to do, again, over and over and over and over again, so that it doesn't feel hard, it doesn't feel difficult. But that is the key piece of the puzzle. So make promises to yourself about what you're going to do, why you're going to do it, why it's important to you, and then stick to those so that your brain knows that when I make a decision, when I say that I'm going to do something, I actually do it and I actually follow through. Okay, the second piece of the puzzle that you have to really come to terms with is that your goal is probably going to take you a lot longer to get to than you maybe think in your head. And I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you have a weight loss goal and you're like, okay, I heard that you can lose a pound a week if you are doing things right and you're exercising, you're eating properly, you should be able to lose about a pound a week. So if I want to lose 10 pounds and then you like count the weeks on the calendar, I've totally been guilty of this. And you're like, okay, in 10 weeks, I should be down 10 pounds. And then, that'll be that. But here's the thing, if you really want to make this change stick long term, if this is something that's really important to you and you really want to change your habits, it's so important to just allow your body to take the time that it needs to do this in the healthiest, most sustainable way possible. Because you are going to have setbacks. Life is going to throw things at you that are going to get in your way. And it's okay if it takes a little bit longer than you think. And again, chances are it is going to take a little bit longer than you think to get there. And I always tell my clients this. Think of how long you've had some of these unhealthy habits. How long have you been overindulging on the weekends? Or how long have you had weight on your body that you feel like you want to lose? Chances are it's going to be longer than 10 weeks or 12 weeks, right? And so chances are you've had extra weight on your body for a few years, maybe a decade, maybe a few decades. I don't know. But it's going to take more than a few weeks or a few months to slowly uncover all those habits, behaviors, associations that you have around food to, again, really make this change stick this time because nobody wants to make all these changes and have the weight come right back on. And so if you do it slowly, if you do it sustainably, if you know that you're going to have setbacks, it's going to take longer than you think, but like you're in it for the long term, you're so much more likely to do it in a way that actually feels good and that is actually more sustainable long term. Okay, and then number three, this is the biggest one, is if you have a weight loss goal and you feel challenged by it, you feel like it's hard in the beginning, you feel like you're putting in so much work and you're not really getting the benefits or you're not really seeing the results that you thought you would see, I want you to understand that there is a period of time in your weight loss journey when things are going to just feel hard. They're going to feel difficult. It's going to feel, like I said, like you're putting in the work and you're putting in way more work for not that much effort. That is just part of the process. And that's like doing anything in your life that's brand new. There is a period of time where it's going to feel a little bit hard and a little bit difficult. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it wrong. Now, if you are slashing your calories and doing a ton of workouts and overdoing cardio and like punishing yourself, it shouldn't feel like that. But if you are eating healthy and making time for your walks or your workouts and it just feels uncomfortable. It just feels like I don't want to do these things, or it shouldn't have to feel like this, or I shouldn't have to do this. Just remember that it feels hard for everyone in the beginning, and you will get past that. It's not always going to feel hard, and eventually your habits are just going to be what you do, and it's not going to feel like such an issue anymore. And think about some of the things in your life that you've done that felt so hard in the beginning that are just like second nature to you now, like driving a car and maybe your first day at a new job. Like all of those things in the beginning feel hard. They feel difficult. And it's like, oh my goodness, they challenge you, they push you outside of your comfort zone. That's what a health and weight loss goal is, because you are changing so many things in your lifestyle and your habits and routines, and that's uncomfortable. And that's okay. And like I said, it doesn't have to feel like that forever. And the more you do it and the more you do the boring things over and over and over and over again, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. And it's not going to feel hard forever. So keep those things in mind when you are going on your health or your weight loss journey. Don't get discouraged along the way. If you need help, if you need support, if you feel like you're doing all of the things and nothing is working for you, book a call at the link below and we'll see if you're the right fit for my 8-week signature weight loss program called Mindset and Metabolism.